It is an artificial surface, so how much it will affect the two teams, we will wait and see. It was a tough night for Scotland in La Rochelle last year, but they'll be hoping to build on last week's performance. 3 second-half tries very nearly saw them steal victory from Wales, but they were slow out of the blocks. Coach Shane Monroe was frustrated with the first 40 minutes. He'll be well aware of how positively they'll need to start against France. And for the French, well, their win against Ireland was a real statement of intent. Having finished third in last year's Rugby World Cup, they came out very strongly. Jade Lepesque's try, the absolute pick of the weekend, winning 24-0. It was a quieter second half, and that'll give Scotland hope, particularly, whereas France can be a different prospect on the road than at home. Time for the procedural matters, though, and first up, the Marseillaise.
And ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for Flower of Scotland.
A look of conviction on the face of captain Lisa Martin. Scotland make 2 changes to the starting lineup, although the matchday 23 remains the same. Lana Skeldon and Sarah Law will start. Law rewarded for her role in getting Scotland going in the second half last week. Skeldon's presence sees Rachel Malcolm move back to flanker, and a late switch sees Jade Conkle back at number 8, Siobhan McMillan moving to prop. In the backline, skipper Lisa Martin moves to fly half in a switch with Helen Nelson. Chloe Rowley, the ever-present attacking threat at 15. For France, Annick Hérault also makes 2 changes. Audrey Forlani starts in the second row for Céline Ferrer, while Karika Barou starts ahead of Julie Duval. It's a Lille-Aviron axis at 9 and 10, with Banet, Lepesque and Tremoulière all contributing to France's 5-point haul last week. On the benches, the uncapped Mags Lowish and Nicola Howard coming in, plus debutant from last week hoping to kick on Siobhan Cadogan. Milena Solok and debutant Fiona Lecat are in there for France. The referee is Graham Cooper. Australian referee is assisted by England's Ian Tempest and Scotland's Alex Pratt. Our TMO is Stefano Penna. And the scene is set, we are ready to go. Sold a decent amount of tickets before this one. Whether the walk-up will have been affected by the rain. It's Glasgow, surely the locals are used to it. Round two for Scotland and France gets underway. The first moment for Scotland is a little knock back from Deborah McCormack. And Helen Nelson is in that to play scrum half. Nelson, of course, switching in that centre position with Lisa Martin at first receiver, but you can expect them to interchange. It's the nature of this Scottish side. They've got players that can play in a couple of positions. We've seen it from France as well, as that ball comes over the top and into the hands of Tremoulière, and this French back line will sense an opportunity to get going through Romain Ménager, one of the players, of course, at Lille. Little chip through. Ball is fed back from Rona Lloyd. Kick forward has only found Ménager. And they look outside to Marjorie Mayence, up to the halfway line. Mayence places the ball back. Riveau-Allant down the short side into the skipper, Almé. Scotland with some defending to do. Good hit in the tackle. Riveau-Allant. And then Bourdon looks to try and go a little wide, but that hasn't quite worked out, and Chloe Rowley will fancy the chance, although it's just slipped out of her hands.
I've got knock on first.
But France will have to be wary if they're going to try and kick to those wider channels.
Option. Scrum a line out. Scrum a line out.
It is a greasy old ball in these conditions.
Line out. That's your mark.
Chloe Rowley, one of those players who plays alongside Ménager and Riveau-Allant in Lille. Lisa Thompson, another one of those players. Jade Conkle as well. So there are clubmates across the divide in this contest.
Say more.
France getting some good go forward here. Now they come out. Big hit in midfield on Bourdon. Got a ball from Riveau-Allant with not an awful lot of time before the Scottish defence was right up in the face. Camille Boudot, inside centre from Toulouse, carries it, and then the familiar frame of Safi Ndiaye in the second row now. Oh, and then it's just been knocked forwards from Boudot. Advantage being played to Scotland, but we'll stop for the scrum.
Then by White.
Camille Boudot. Didn't feel that there would be as much of an up-front battle in this week's contest as perhaps France found against Ireland. I would imagine Shade Monroe's pack
Gap,
may have something to say about that.
Crouch.
Sarah Law, the real catalyst for Scotland's second-half performance in Colwyn Bay last week. They were just caught in the headlights a little bit from Wales's physicality, but Law came on second half and took the ball out of the contact area, gave Scotland the chance to play as they win the penalty.
Sorry.
France looked to take it quickly, and I think referee Graham Cooper might have got a little confused by the
My arm up the wrong way.
colour of the shirts, or at least which way his arm went. Looked like the penalty had come to Scotland. In fact, it's gone to France.
Sorry, yeah.
Bouchard. Montpellier winger. Opted for safety more than distance. Maybe just got around that one a little too much. Agathe Sochat. No Gaël Mignot in the 23 this week, former French skipper. Sochat started last week against Ireland.
Fine.
That's worked out. Safi Ndiaye then stepping around the tackle, and then it's back in the hands of Sochat. Got that similar sort of squat appearance to Mignot. Very much cut from the same sort of cloth. Tremoulière
Backwards off White.
trying to get the ball back inside, but Lisa Thompson was or Helen Nelson, sorry, was there just to flick it back. That's good offloading from France, though, as they try and send Patricia Carricabarou into the heat of the action, but it's penalty Scotland. France coming in at the side, trying to secure it. And certainly Scotland more awakened, ready for the physical challenge in these opening 5 minutes than they appeared to be in Colwyn Bay a week ago. Started at Broadwood last year. French prop. Away from Law. Lisa Martin then feeds on. Law goes digging again. Now they want to get the combination, and Jade Conkle in her more familiar position of 8. Of course, we saw her in the front row last week. She slipped back to 8 as the second half went on.
Ball's not out.
So the late change with Sarah Bonnet dropping out. Seen Jade Conkle move back to her more familiar position, and Scotland do look more assured when she's in that role. And that's a nice little touch finder. Scotstoun Stadium won't resist the chance to turn up the volume here and put a bit of pressure on.
You got front tempo.
Jade Conkle earning her 29th cap. Skeldon. Safely done to Emma Wassell. They get the shove on, it goes to ground.
No, leave it, Blue.
Scotland looking to try and punch a hole round the side as Safi Ndiaye looks to hold it up, but the ball is loose on the floor. Referee happy that it's gone backwards. Then through Martin. Oh, a huge hit on Lisa Martin, and France have turned it over.
Advantage over. Advantage Blue, knock on.
Referee's given the knock on in there.
Knock on by White in the tackle. Scrum Blue ball.
Well, this was the hospital pass. Camille Boudot loving the opportunity to prey on Lisa Martin's ribcage. Integrated into the senior national setup from 2016. French centre. 17 of the starting 15 were involved in the encounter in La Rochelle last year.
Sets.
10 from Scotland, 7 from France involved that day. France running out comfortable winners at home in front of a packed house.
Feet up, please. Feet up. Crouch.
In French territory, but
Bind.
they will love the opportunity to try and strike from here.
Set.
Scotland have got to be solid defensively. In from Riveau-Allant. And at the back with Ménager. She gets the tap from her scrum half, and they look to go down the short side, but, well, that wasn't in the script. Scotland trying to cause a problem. Conkle in on her opposite number. It's a little loose on the floor for Mayence. Both sides having their moments of struggling with the ball's greasy nature. Quick hands from Elmé. Scotland trying to get in a good position to turn that one over. Wonder if they just might. No, it's still there for France. Shipped on from Forlani. Bourdon. Scotland are doing a really good job defensively of getting up in the French faces. Line speed is good enough to stop them offloading, certainly through those initial half-back positions. Conkle drives through, and then it's the knock-on from France, and Scotland might try and take advantage here. Lisa Martin spots an opportunity for quick ball down the short side. Back inside is Skeldon. And now Conkle, little short ball to the right onto Megan Kennedy. Conkle, so often seen as the big carrier, but deft enough to know that while she's grabbing the headline, she can send someone else through the gap.
Last feet.
McCormack.
Advantage.
But now it's knocked on by Scotland, and Safi Ndiaye is breaking away into free space.
Advantage.
It's come off a Scotland hand. Tremoulière will look to put it wide, as she so often does. Oh, but now it's knocked on by France, and we're getting some good periods of advantage being played, but neither of these sides are really able to hold on to the ball for too long so far in these opening exchanges. It is so wet out there. Cyrielle Banet made her debut against Spain in November, and
White ball.
well, if she'd have held this, she was away, perhaps guilty of just taking her eye off the ball slightly. Played a bit of karate and basketball in her time before she came to rugby. The 23-year-old from Montpellier, one of the try scorers against Ireland in the 6th minute last week.
White.
That's 10 minutes played here in Scotstoun. Still looking for their first points of the evening.
Binds. Sets.
There's a shove on, and it's early according to the referee from the French, so Konkol will run into the midfield and seizing the opportunity to have a go at the French out half, Bourdon. Then Emma Wassell. Decent ball for Scotland again, but then it's a little loose from Lisa Martin. Siobhan McMillan. Well, a few Scottish players perhaps guilty of trying to secure a ball that had already gone. It was held on the call, and France will have a penalty to clear their lines. But Scotland, positive start. A little more conventional from Bouchard. Still not too happy with herself, though, is she? She was a hooker in her college days, playing in her third Six Nations. So Shat needing to make sure she can hear the right call. Now you can see they've got Safi Ndiaye there as a potential receiver. She's still trying to look outside to get it. Bouchard is going to make the first carry. Now they go back down the short side, but it's been knocked forwards. Not too much to do with the greasy ball there, just a bit of inaccuracy from France. And you sense that Scotland's nature of getting in their faces over the first 12 minutes is just causing France to throw some of those risky passes, just be a little jittery perhaps.
Crouch. Binds. Stand up. Okay. Ladies, gap closer. Okay.
Siobhan McMillan, one of the new faces into that front row. Just 21 years of age, earned her first cap last week, and of course the late change with Konkol having to move to the back row to cover for Bonner has seen McMillan
Sets.
take her place. Of course, her older sister of Louise. That ball is not going anywhere in terms of coming back on the Scotland side, and France will stride through, and Ménager carries down the short side. Ndiaye. Scotland double teaming to make sure that Ndiaye doesn't get through on those trademark big carries of hers.
Too wide, not rolling.
It's a penalty against Lana Skeldon, though, not rolling away as you hear the call. Now, Scotland must be careful of the discipline. Bouchard may not take huge bites at the cherry up the touchline, but that's a little better. All they're doing at the minute is allowing the visitors to stride ever closer to the line without needing to do so with ball in hand. Movement in the line, and it's going to come to Ménager, but not straight.
Option. Line out.
Socha
Line out.
not getting that one right in terms of her arrows. Made her first Six Nations appearance a couple of years ago, but
Yeah, I'll give you time.
didn't look too bad on that replay. Scotland go for the cute one at the front. Sarah Law had to be savvy there to not throw that ball because France had moved well into the passing channel. Conker will be there to help. They go round the corner. Megan Kennedy goes in to help with the clear out. Good work from the Scottish tight head.
Taken back.
Law can't kick this one straight out. Bouchard didn't quite get that one right as she came forward. Allowed the ball to bounce, and well, it's worked out all right for them in the end here. Rivo-Allant then out from Bourdon. Scotland trying to charge down here. The French backline really hasn't managed to get going yet. Cyrielle Banet taking a few yards. Rivo-Allant then spots Socha coming round the corner. And then Ménager stepping in off the left peg. Rivo-Allant once more. Now it's Ari Castres getting involved. Bourdon looks for the crossfield kick. That's worked out nicely for Bouchard. It was good support from Mayence, but the tackle was good from Scotland.
Some great defence there from the Scotland women.
Crossfield kick worked out very nicely. Got a good follow-up tackle from skipper Lisa Martin. Made her debut for Scotland against Ireland in 2010.
Time off.
Took over the captaincy against England in 2016. She's played a bit of 9. She was at 12 last week against Wales. We do have a momentary stoppage on the field as well, while attention is being given off it as well. England running out by 52 points to 0 against Wales, of course, in the game earlier this afternoon at the Twickenham Stoop. 8 tries, and a real statement of their strength in the women's game. France, one of the opponents, will be really expected to test England, but let's not look too far past the game in front of us, because Scotland are putting up a decent fight in the opening 16-17 minutes. Shade Munro will be pleased that his side are giving all they can in terms of physicality. Scotland train as often as they can. The French team, well, when you're in the national setup, they will average about 95 days in the training camp in Marcoussis. It's almost semi-professional in that setup, as arguably it is with England as well, and those are the sorts of resources that can see England and France towards the upper echelons of the women's game. Speaking to Shade Munro before the game, he said the one thing that Scotland can bring, it doesn't require any additional training sessions or semi-professional setup, is ensuring you meet the opposition with physicality. It's fair to say in the opening 17 minutes, that's exactly what Scotland have managed to do.
Scrum, blue ball.
A little bit loose at the line out.
Remember, closer.
It'll be frustrating for Lana Skeldon. But, Scotland have now got, France have now got as good a position as they've had all game from which to try and strike. Scotland, you can hear them shouting, try and hold the pressure, but They're unable to at the minute, and Ménager controls it well at the back.
Collapsing.
Referee Graham Cooper
Shot.
not wasting too much time in giving the penalty, not allowing France to march too far upfield. But from this position, it's going to be a chance for Jessie Tremoulière to try and take 3 points. France have won 10 out of 11 games in the Six Nations against Scotland. They've won the last 7 in a row. Tremoulière to open France's account. Bounces away off the upright. Only slotted 2 out of 7 kicks last week against Ireland.
Behind.
Jessie Tremoulière.
Behind.
She can have an off night. Clear out from Scotland was,
Goal 3.
well, it left a lot to be desired.
Ball's out.
France been given another invitation to come and strike from just outside the Scottish 22. Little reverse ball for NDA, but well driven back by Emma Wassell. Harry Castre wants it, but good hit that time from Conkle. Mayence will go in and play it away. Scotland doing brilliantly to drive France back with every tackle so far in this exchange. Kick over the top from Bourdon.
Backwards.
Scotland have gathered it, but it's gone backwards.
Offside.
There's some
Okay. Playing
aimless
advantage,
kicks from
accidental
Scotland, or
offside.
perhaps ill-timed would be the better way of putting it. This is causing France to put more pressure on them. Sarah Law. Good hit to drive back
Going
Siobhan
backwards, no
McMillan.
advantage. Play the scrum to White.
Will come back for the scrum. Given what's been going on at the scrum so far, you wonder whether Scotland would rather play those advantages as much as they can.
Accidental offside. Scrum white
Have
ball.
another look at this kick from Tremoulière. Just across the face, wasn't it?
Crouch. Binds.
Sarah Law.
Sets. Hold up.
Scotland struggling just to hold the weight of the French pack.
Let's come closer.
Main mission here has
Closer. Gap closer, please.
simply got to be for Lana Skeldon to be able to just get a hook on that ball and get it back for Jade Conkle or Sarah Law to get it away as quick as possible.
Crouch. Binds. Sets. Stand up.
Okay, so shut. Not into the scrum that time.
Stay down, please.
Let's go, all in, sorry, ball. Back row. Second, strong, big strong one. Chest up.
Crouch.
Stop, second. Point, Scotland.
Binds. Sets.
It's a little steadier this time. Scotland have managed to hook it, almost having to do it twice there, and eventually they managed to get it away. And Conkle, well, it's a little juggle from Helen Nelson, but Scotland have managed to hold on to it. France coming up defensively, but Siobhan McMillan will carry it forward and make another couple of yards. Now they send it back for Lisa Martin to clear the lines. Job done as far as the hosts are concerned. Look at the pressure they were under here. There's hook number one.
White
Needed
on
to be
there.
hooked a second time. possibly even a third before Jay Conkle said, let's get this out of here.
9. 9. 9.
Jumpers at the front from Folani and now NDA. They look to come around the corner again. It's over the shoulder of Rivo Allen. Scrum half has not had a first 23 minutes to remember. Now back inside for NDA off Karika Baru. Now they look wider and Bourdon stepping back inside. She's only slight of frame. Tremoulière. Now France trying to put a little bit more width on it. Boujard with the surge forward. Rivo Allen. France looking to try and use the forwards to punch either side of the breakdown and then find the opportunity to go wider. Marjorie Mayence in there. Gaëlle May unable to hold it, and Scotland get turnover ball. They could get a bit of width here if they could get it out. It's a big hit on Chloe Rowley, and it needed to be. It stopped the danger as far as France are concerned if Scotland were going to try and play that out of the 22. There's a lot of the game being played in Scotland's 22 currently.
Advantage over.
Now there's plenty of pressure being applied here from Scotland, and then Jessie Tremoulière has knocked it forwards. So far, this is not the same France team that we saw in Ireland a week ago. Against Ireland.
Right. Gap was good.
Okay.
Okay, keep it that.
Coaching staff up there.
Stay straight. Crouch!
Annick Hérault, of course, not up in the box currently. No doubt
Set!
down on the sidelines. They've got the likes of Olivier Lièvremont, Sam Charouk involved as well. Scotland trying to find a way around the corner.
Out now, Blue! Play on. No, Blue!
Coming up the middle now.
Stay, step.
Given the conditions and how often France have knocked it on, it's got to be falling into the minds of Scotland to continue with the kicking game. They'll win a penalty here. Give them a little bit more time.
Rolling.
Lisa Thompson.
Got to be quicker at the tackle to roll away.
Scotland will line out just down below us. 26 minutes gone. No score. Scotland goes short to the front. It just about goes the requisite 5 metres. That's not the greatest pass from Sarah Law. It needs to be tidied up by Lisa Martin, which it is. Then
Easy.
Law has it. France very, very close on the offside line there. Law wants them to continue going the same way, but it's slightly slower ball. Doesn't matter for Hannah Smith. Decent thrust from her. France putting the tackles in. And it's back for Law.
Advantage.
Knew she was under a bit of pressure there, but that was an
Law, you're
offside.
Keep going, keep going.
Sarah Law
On now.
wants to try and break quickly. Every metre into French territory means Scotland are having to do a little bit less defending, plenty of which they've had to do in the first 27 minutes.
Advantage.
High tackle advantage against Emma Wassell. Big hit for Skeldon to take. We're going to have a bit of time off here.
Captain, please.
Let's just have a listen.
7. Okay, 3 quick penalties.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
It needs to stop, please. If they're in attack, no more.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks. Wide.
Well, the referee aware that as Scotland are coming forwards, France are
10. You've got an option.
playing right on the line in
Penalty
terms
here
of
or
their
penalty?
discipline.
Another 10 metres infield.
The rain has not really relented, for
Okay.
those of you looking for a forecast update. Speaking to Shade Munro before the game, he was almost raising a quizzical eyebrow as to playing on an artificial surface. Almost fancied a night like this to take France up to the Dreich atmosphere of Aberdeen, get them playing in the mud. Anna Skelder's got to be careful that that strapping she's got doesn't completely cover that right eye. Emma Wassell. Oh, it's just come down. Couldn't quite see what happened at the front of the lineup, but referee and assistant are happy for play to go on. And Scotland are into the French 22 with their tails up. Conkle, supported by Kennedy. And it's there for Law once more. Lisa Martin on for Nelson. France doing their best to try and get in there and get turnover ball. Law, she just took a moment too long on that one. But Scotland will reset and get a chance to go again. Conkle drives hard. Round the corner comes Wassell, almost judo thrown to the floor by Carrie Carbaru. And they pick and go again. They won't mind doing it a foot at a time, Scotland. They've just got two options to the left.
Last feet.
As they use the forwards to go forward, out to Martin again, then Nelson. Oh, and Nelson just ducked through the first tackle. Martin knew she needed to get in there and provide a low body position to secure that ball, and she's done that brilliantly. Scottish captain recognising the moment to go in and play like a flanker. Wassell again, good feet to get round the first tackle, but they could be in danger here, Scotland. Well, no. I thought Ari Castro had got in with a good body position there. But the referee wants them staying on their feet.
7. Okay. Yeah. So the last two were for 3. Now you. Okay, any more not rolling away in this area, someone's going to go to the bin.
Romay is given clear instruction.
Shot. Shot.
And the decision here is for Scotland
Perfect.
to have their first opportunity of points of the game. Sarah Law bisects the uprights, and Scotland have the lead.
Penalty from scrum half, Sarah Law. Scotland 3, France 0.
Now, it's not understating the fact to say that that is a pretty important score in itself, because it ends a 6-game record against France of Scotland being nilled. So Scotland getting some points on the board. Well, first of all, is cause to celebrate after half an hour as they take the lead, but it is a good thing in the history of this competition as far as the home fans are concerned. There is Annick Hérault pacing up and down the sideline.
Hang on. White.
She would have expected her side to be more in control of the game by this stage. Anna Skeldon plays rugby at Watsonians. Line out brilliantly taken. Megan Kennedy gets into it. Scotland have another penalty here, and well, you wonder how long the patience of Graham Cooper is going to last.
Time off. 7.
And Gaël Hermé is going to be spoken to again here.
No. 7.
These conversations are mounting up.
Okay. We've had not rolling away.
Yeah.
Now entry by 5. Next penalty, someone ends up in the bin. Okay? Thank you.
So final warning time.
5 entry.
Last 5 penalties then, all conceded by France. And that tells you a lot about what Scotland are doing right and what France are doing wrong.
You can take a step.
McCormack with the call. Wassell the dummy jump, and then McCormack will take it herself. Harlequins ladies second row, superb at the line out. And it's another penalty for Scotland, and this will surely be someone in the bin. He's got to stick to his word. Patricia Carricabarou is going to be taking 10 minutes in the sin bin.
3 blue collapsing.
France down to 14.
So the French tight head dog, Patricia Carricabarou, has been sent to the sin bin.
Blue.
Another good position for Scotland. It's they who are making yards down the touchline towards the French line. That line-up was a little untidy though, and France may profit from it.
2 knock-ons. First by blue.
First knock-on came from France.
Time off. Yep. Number 8.
So, in order to make sure that we have the requisite number of forwards into the game, Julie Duval will come and join affairs, and
So because of the sin bin,
Romain Ménager will leave the field. And,
Julie
well,
Duval, and she
given what the
replaces Romain
French number 8 offers,
Ménager.
it's a big call
White. When you're ready.
to be taking Ménager off.
Time back on.
She's carried well.
Crouch. Binds. Sets. Steady.
Scotland fire that one back through the scrum. That one's worked out a little better. Now coming in off the right wing, and now finding Chloe Rowley, who gets a little space and decent feet. Scotland got to try and keep it alive. It's just been knocked forwards though, and France will have turnover ball. Mayence,
Advantage over.
Bourdon, Boujard, little chip over the top, and Lisa Martin wastes no time in clearing that one into the stands. France so keen to make the most of turnover ball.
Just hold throw.
Try and use their pacier wingers. Follow that ball downfield. Sochat for Hermé.
Advantage.
Now a penalty advantage to
Taking
France
the lift early. Second
Against-
advantage.
against McCormack for having a go at the France lifter.
5 white collapsing.
It is indeed. Boujard to take us into the corner.
Up.
France haven't really got in close enough range yet to demonstrate a bit more of the up-the-jumper stuff. They are missing one of their forwards, of course, in Romain Ménager. With Julie Duval onto the field. And replacing Carricabarou. It will be Hermé to bring it down, and now it's into the familiar hands of NDA. And Scotland don't have too many players there to defend it to begin with. They need to get the cavalry in place if they're going to stop this French attack, which they can't. Agathe Sochat with the try.
A try for France, scored by Agathe Sochat.
Made her first Six Nations appearance in 2016. Started last week against Ireland and gets her try to put her on the score sheet for the 2018 Women's Six Nations. We know how dangerous France can be from this sort of range, and, well, that was textbook. Scotland were just slow in number and getting the numbers back there. You could see them suddenly realising how much go forward France had. NDA driving the bus. And Agathe Sochat finishing it off. Didn't quite have the legs from Tremoulière.
So Jessie Tremoulière, and this is that conversion. The score: Scotland 3, France 5.
So Scotland to get restarted
When you're ready.
through Lisa Thompson. No doubt aware of the threat of those French forwards. Capable of scoring a pushover try with just 7 players in that pack on the field.
Out now, 7.
Rigoallon,
Advantage.
Tremoulière looks to
Great
try and get the
tackle.
ball out over the top. Now it's with Bouchard, rangy runner. And the more solid centre, Boudot. Now Baudon again. Decent kick over the top from her. How's it going to work out? Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's absolutely superb from France. Cyrielle Banet is going to finish it off, but it was the vision from Pauline Baudon. And France are punished. We saw Jade Lepeste do it against Ireland, and it's Banet who's finished it off against Scotland.
Number 3. Just be careful. Okay.
What a score from the French. Didn't look like too much was on. Baudon spotted the opportunity, sent it downfield and backed her winger to finish it. 2 tries in 2 weeks for Banet. Simpler conversion option for Tremoulière, and she makes no mistake with that one.
Jessie Tremoulière.
So how quickly things turn.
France 12.
Scotland will have been very pleased with how things were stacked. Leading by the penalty, but in the space of just a few minutes, the pushover try from Sochat, and some brilliance between Baudon and Banet, and it's Scotland 3, France 12. Last 20 seconds of the first half. Clearance kick from Lepesque. Oh, that is inch perfect. Debbie Rowley wants to take this one quickly. See if Scotland can bite back before the half-time whistle. Clock is now red.
Thank you.
Sarah Law. Down the short side again, Skeldon. It was all getting a little bit close to that far touchline, and referee Cooper will blow the whistle for half-time. Well, a good first half showing from Scotland, all in all. Some solid defence, and they work their way down to get that penalty that ends that 6-game record against France by getting them on the score sheet. But the pushover try with 7 in the pack, finished by Sochat, and then the breakaway from Banet after the crossfield kick from Baudon has seen France looking more comfortable at the end of that first half than it looked for the majority of it. Scotland will need to come out and do it all again. They're certainly still in this. Many suspected by this stage they might not be. It's Scotland 3, France 12 at half-time in round 2.
France and Scotland.
Nine points between the two sides then, as they come out for the start of the second half. What words will have been said by coaches Shade Munro and Annick Hérault. Scotland doing plenty of decent stuff through the forwards. Trying to get the backs onto the ball. Chloe Rowley has looked threatening the couple of times she's touched it. But what about that try from Cyrielle Banet? If you've missed it, make sure you look it up. Scotland to get us restarted through Lisa Thompson. And France take it in. Jade Lepesque putting boot to ball, finds Rowley. Rowley, little chip forward. And Rubo Alain has to turn back towards her own goal line. Oh, now stepping through the tackles. That's not great defence from Scotland as Banet is going again. Gets the offload away. France back up to their full complement of 15 players, having had Karika Baru in the sin bin. That's a good break and offload through the tackle. So Shah carrying it on from Elmay. Big hit in midfield. Big tackle from Rachel Malcolm.
Out now, Blue!
And Scotland have got turnover ball as a result. Well, that's critical, given how confidently France were coming along. Around the corner they go.
Stay.
Law. Pauline Bourdon is still down, as you can see. Oh, now the kick's been charged down. Lisa Martin with work to do. It's loose. Picked up by Lepesque. Bourdon still getting some treatment just out of your picture. But France will enjoy the fact that they can try and play. They kick it back. Tremoulier, the only one now going forward. There's been another collision that's taken out Tremoulier. Or in fact, it's Boujard. Lisa Martin, I think, has taken a knock as well. The ball will make its way down to Safi Ndiaye, who knows she is a better player than that. That's not good to see.
Yeah.
Lisa Martin wincing. Plays her rugby at Darlington
Number 9.
Moden Park Sharks in the Tyrrells Premier 15s.
Number 9. Just said you know you have an option.
There
Scrum
is
line.
Pauline Bourdon. Plays her rugby at Aviron Bayonnais. A bit more of a scrum half than a 10. She'll happily take on the role, but it was quite the hit from Jade Conkle.
I'll just go check.
Sized up and brought down. Almost got a standing leg trapped a little, didn't she? Not the most comfortable viewing. Here's a bit of magic tape.
Match doctor wants HIA on 10 blue. Yeah, match doctor.
So the match doctor calling for an HIA.
Yellow card. Not wrong. I'll check with the 4 and 5 for you. I'll let you know.
So Bourdon will leave the field and get assessed. France temporarily down to 13. We are just awaiting the reintroduction of Karika Baru after that yellow card. Well, there's a slight clash of heads in there. Certainly a clash of hair.
Lisa Martin is fit to continue.
Always makes those collisions look pretty dramatic.
The replacement for France is Emma Couder.
So onto the field, Emma Couder from Romagna. She's a real youngster, just 18 in October, Couder.
Stay.
Earning her 4th cap. Scotland go through the phases, try and secure a bit of ball. Now they go wider for Hannah Smith. Oh, Scotland struggling to hold on to that. Brilliant turnover. Superbly affected. Julie Duval, of course, on during that yellow card and making her presence felt in terms of winning that turnover. One of the elder players in the side.
Thank you.
So the sin bin opening now complete.
So 18 staying on.
So confirmation that the sin bin is over, and it looks like Julie Duval will be staying on. But the key for France is that Romain Ménager there is back onto the field. And with France on a line out on the 22, that won't be something that Scotland want to see. NDA looks to try and break. Initially wrapped up in the tackle. McCormack then bringing down Duval. Rivo-Alain goes digging, but
Hang on.
it wasn't too neat.
I'm playing a scrum to blue.
It'll be a scrum to France. Of course, having conceded while France were on 7 players in the pack, Scotland will be wary of them having 8 and trying to get that roll on. It was a good tackle around the fringes, and it was a little loose as Siobhan McMillan tried to pick and
Okay,
go.
blue. You can't hold white in at the bottom of the breakdown, okay? So scrum your ball.
Ok, il a dit quoi? Attends, on peut pas la tenir au sol. Oh la gueule, c'est open!
Rivo-Alain waits to get the ball in.
Chest up!
Crouch!
Multi-talented scrum half. She's played a bit of basketball, a bit of
Binds.
judo, a bit of tennis.
Set!
Rugby since 2015. Taps into her hooker. Now it's with Ménager. Rivo-Alain will use it. Gets it away. And then the little dummy from 18-year-old Coudert. Ball is on the floor. And now it's loose. Penalty to France. Scotland have got to be careful now.
Not staying straight, white.
Boujard will know what her orders are. Get this into the corner. And Scotland have real defensive duties now.
White, don't step away.
Sochat goes to the front. Scotland trying not to challenge it to avoid them setting up the maul. So Safi Ndiaye breaks away round the right-hand corner. Rivo-Alain looking to the left where Forlani is loitering, but nobody else. They go to the right anyway. Rivo-Alain looking for the call. Duval on the shoulder with Ndiaye.
Backwards!
Oh, it's a little untidy from Rivo-Alain.
Out, white!
Luckily for her, it's backwards. Short ball now for Forlani. It's not quick ball for France, but they won't mind that too much. Tremoulière, Boujard. 3 players in on it. Quick tackle to avoid the quick
Stay
ball
wide.
as well there from Megan Kennedy. That was smart defence. Then the little show from Ari Castro makes a few metres. Rivo-Alain again with Duval, and Sochat Duval cutting back 5 metres out now. Sarah Law in there making the tackles. Bodies on the line from Scotland. Oh, they might have turned it over here. They have. Penalty Scotland.
Hands!
A terrific defensive set there from Scotland.
France trying to
Cameron Ruck is
hold
gone.
on to the ball illegally as Scotland ruts through. And that will put a smile on the face of Shade Munro. Not enough physicality last week. That's what he wanted to see this week.
Time is off.
France building up to a potential change. Debutant Fiona Lecat is just
Time
down
back on.
below getting ready. Clearance kick will do. Maybe
7
the
blue,
French
substitution.
skipper that may be changing, and indeed Gaël Hermé is going to be making way.
France going
So
to the
Lecap,
bench.
Stade Toulousain flanker, former France under-20s captain, led the side to 2 autumn wins over England in the under-20s in 2016, and makes her debut against Scotland for the senior side. Scotland get their lines right
Ball's here.
at the line-out. It was a clear tackle on McCormack, but the referee says the sacking was absolutely fine and legal on the player who caught the ball when she was back to ground. Law assesses the options. The forwards come in to provide the guard. Then it's a little deeper for Lisa Martin. Ball wasn't handled too well initially by Mayence, but now France will try and set up the platform. Rivo Alain waits to see if the ball has been delivered. And indeed, there it is. And it's away from Couder. They go the same way. Couder again. She's got a little faint step there, hasn't she? Just catching the defence a couple of times, asking questions of which way she's going to go. Safi Ndiaye. Oh, and now it's a brilliant break from Duval. She's been electric since she's come on, more so this second half. Now they come wider. Tremoulière through the hands. Here comes Boudot. Scotland make the tackles. Good work from Lisa Thompson. Goes in to try and effect the turnover. It at least slows it down for a moment. Now it comes again through Couder. Ndiaye, middle of the park. France with Banet, the try scorer from the first half. Couder. Playing under-18s rugby last year, Couder. Oh, and I think there's just a little nudge forward from France. Scotland have turnover ball. Chloe Rowley
Play on, advantage
has
is
found
over.
nobody at home down that flank, and it bobbles into touch. Scotland will be perfectly happy with that. Was Rowley taken out, though? Well, it was a
They
collision,
can't
but
disappear.
so Shah was already in the air. There's questions about outcome versus
Time
intent.
off. Number 5 blue, substitution.
Celine Ferrer
Yeah.
is
Time still off.
making her presence onto the field for Audrey Folani.
France are going to their bench again. Celine Ferrer replaces Audrey
With,
Folani in the second row.
Romeo off, of course, and former number 8 Safi Ndiaye is looking after captaincy duties. Ferrer had 20 minutes on for Romain Ménager last year against Scotland. Won her first cap in this fixture in 2015. Got a bit of history with taking on Scotland as Ferrer. Could see Chloe Rowley's back to her feet.
Time back on.
One of 4 professional players in the Scottish setup. France get things right at the line-out. Duval provides protection as Rivo Alain gives it, and then it's on to Ndiaye, and now Ménager bursting through as she can, getting the leg drive through, and she's got decent pace as well. Pace and power from the French number 8. Penalty to France.
Offside.
Scotland spoiling and going in illegally. What are the options? There's a bit of a discussion going on. Tremoulière in there. They're calling for the scrum.
Mark's here.
Ferrer
Ready to the ball.
joining up with Ndiaye in the engine room.
Crouch.
They haven't driven over from the set piece.
Binds. Set.
That will be their aim from this position. And there comes the shove. Ball has nearly gone out the far side, but it's controlled by Ménager, and there's only going to be one outcome. Oh, now
Time
then,
off.
was it shuffled forwards a little bit on the floor?
Time off. Just hold on. Just hold on. I've got grounding.
Referee Graham Cooper is just discussing.
Hand in the scrum.
Okay, penalty against Blue. Okay,
Oh, it
Blue.
looks like France have tried to control it with the hand on
Blue,
the far
I've
side.
got hand by flanker. Okay, at scrum time, it's going to be penalty to White. No try.
No try then. Scotland have profited from France putting their hand in the cookie jar.
Hands in the scrum.
Not allowed to control that ball with the hand. There it is, as clear as day. Great spot on the far side from Alex Pratt.
Do you want to change HIA?
So that penalty awarded for
Time off.
hands in the scrum, and Scotland clear up to the 22.
Just on the line for me.
You see?
Just on the line.
Scotland breathe again.
French standoff.
So Pauline Baudon is back on after the
Has
HIA.
Time
been
back on.
cleared on her HIA, so she returns to the field.
The reversal is complete. Emma Coudert will potentially come back a little later, but for now her duties are done.
That's good. Use it
Scotland
now.
bring the ball down. France doing well at sacking the Scottish line out currently. But they won't mind too much as long as they can effect these carries around the fringes. Law with the kick downfield. It's a little lively one. It needs dealing with. Good follow-up on the tackle as Banet tried to come forwards. Rivalan, then Baudon again, then wide to Tremoulière, onto Boudot. Kick forward, Lisa Martin well positioned and deals with it on the half volley quite nicely.
Take him back.
Then in for her half-back partner. Oh, and that's bounced well. Good clearance from Scotland. Dealt with that ably. 23-year-old Sarah Law. Got a wise head, earning her 32nd cap, made her debut in 2013. Doing a part-time Masters at Edinburgh University. That was very nicely done from the scrum half. France to the middle.
Playing advantage.
Marjorie Mayence thought she was going to get away with not being challenged in the
Wide
line-out, so
offside.
came forward to try and do so, but Scotland have strayed offside and given away a penalty. So for the yards they just made, they're in discipline. Will send them back towards their own try line.
We had a couple late in the first half. We've just given
France
away a
had plenty
couple
of
now.
warnings in the first
Okay,
half
I need
as
better discipline
Scotland tried
first.
to come forward.
Yeah.
Scotland have got to be careful.
Time
They're
off.
only trailing by 9 points.
Time off.
Well, they've currently conceded double the amount of penalties that France have in this second half.
Time back on.
Susha. Not done by France. Took the eye off the ball at the front.
Outside.
They were planning the next move before they'd secured the first thing. Get hold of the ball. Lana Skeldon in tandem with Rachel Malcolm. Scotland putting a bit of depth on it to try and find some width. Oh, that's not the tidiest, but it might just work out. Oh, they've tried to throw the ball over the top there, and Jade Lepesque has plucked it out, and France will have some turnover ball unless
ball.
Lisa Thompson has managed to wrestle it back on the floor. Law. Siobhan McMillan. Thompson looking to go round the fringes. Scotland thump it up. Good hit in the tackle. Rowley steps around Baudon. Penalty France. Rowley's been caught a couple of times in those moments where she's got low enough to get through the next tackle, but perhaps just getting away from the support. Player of the match against Wales and Italy in last year's Six Nations. 2 tries on the board last week against Wales. Not getting the rub of the green. That's Scotstoun so far.
9. 9.
So shot to the front, Ferrer.
Maul's good.
France getting go forward because Scotland have competed at the maul. They're going to have to get their weight behind it to stop it, which it appears they have managed to do momentarily.
Blue's taking it down.
Ball on the ground. Bourdon, little shorter ball for Boudon, but that was forwards.
Forward pass.
The rain has not stopped from a good hour before the game. It's been absolutely relentless. We had a fair few handling errors in the first half, but it's testament to both sides, in fact, that actually we haven't had more. Must be pretty difficult conditions to play in down there. So a moment for each of the teams to take on a bit of water, catch a bit of air. All right. This was the score that took France a little further away at the end of the first half. The crossfield kick from Bourdon and a really strong finish from Cyrielle Banet, adding to her score last week against Ireland.
All good to go.
France down to 14 when both of those tries were scored at the end of the first half.
Stay nice and straight.
Banet plays for Montpellier. Montpellier second in the top 8 competition in France. 2 points behind Lille, currently on 40. Montpellier, the 2017 championships, they beat Lille, who previously denied Montpellier 4 in a row in 2016.
Stand up. Girls, too far
The two
away.
clubs right at the top of the domestic game
Thank you.
in France. Like many areas, the women's game in France really growing. Growing three times the number of players since 2004. 17,000 plus registered female players in France.
Balls out.
That is some serious go forward from the French pack, but Scotland have dealt with it, and Helen Nelson comes around that blind side, met by her forwards who'll help her secure it. Sarah Law fires it back. Kick is down the middle of the park. Not a bad strategy from Scotland. They've got to be able to defend wherever Tremoulière wants to go. She kicks it downfield. Well taken. Now Lisa Martin over to the right. She sees a bit of empty field ahead of her, but it's straight down the centre of the park. Bourdon back into her 22. Sizes up the far touchline. Oh, and that is not the greatest strike. That's a decent return for Scotland after the aerial ping-pong. They will have a line out just outside the French 22. Good kicking from the back.
Number 9.
From Lisa Martin and co.
11. 11.
So changes for France. Gabrielle Vernier coming on, and Marine Ménager, twin sister of Roman. You're getting double vision at any point soon.
They are replaced by Emma
Diana Rivoala making way as Vernier comes on to step into the scrum half position. Oh, it's just been knocked forward by Scotland. Needless error. It wasn't the greatest pass away from Sarah Law.
Yeah. Time off. You okay? All good. Time on. Still need the space, please.
Elise Traoré waits to make her impact.
Crouch.
Constant crowd break into a rendition of Flower of Scotland. Jade Lepesque is now in playing scrum half. She can be dangerous. A little bit more practical from Lepesque there, just kicking the corners a little bit more. France well into emptying the bench. Scotland yet to make a change. Interesting outlook so far from Shade Monroe. Perhaps doesn't want to disrupt the rhythm that this team are currently setting. Good line out, well won by McCormack.
Ball's at the front.
Solid defence from France.
Stay there.
Tackles go in again. Law goes short side. They want to try and find that French defence a little short-handed down there, and they nearly managed to that time. It is an evening for short passes in the rain as Rachel Malcolm takes it on. Now Law go wider to Martin. Martin's charged down. Where's the ball bouncing? Martin's got to tidy it up, which she does. And then it's Rona Lloyd trying to get a bit of a run on it, brought down by Ferrer. And we're back to where we were a moment ago.
Stay.
Plenty of volume from the French forwards. It's loose again. Clearance kick. Now then, Boujard. Where is she going to go from this position? Backwards as she tries to gather it. Then it's gone forwards off Marine Ménager. We have seen it work out for Scotland that the kicking game is bringing the errors from France. Emma Wassell with the carry. Law off to the left. Conkle enjoying running into Marjorie Mayence and getting some decent change out of it as well. Up past the 10-metre line in their own half. Can they find a bit more width around the last French defender? It's out for Law. They'll take a bit of confidence from that last drive from Conkle, and she goes again. Martin, oh, a little juggle from Rachel Malcolm. It goes backwards. Then Nelson, little show, stepping back in, needs support, Nelson. France recognising that chance and wanting to go in and get the turnover. And that might turn out to be a superb kick down the touchline as Scotland play a bit of the top 2 inches and look to just turn France back towards their try line.
Time off.
So here come the cavalry then.
White 6.
Jodie Retty,
6, 12,
Nicola
and
Howard.
11.
2 of those coming onto the field.
Time's off. Time's off.
Jodie Retty onto the field for Rachel Malcolm. Nicola Howard goes into the centre to replace Helen Nelson. And Lauren Harris is on in place of Rona Lloyd.
Lauren Harris replacing Rona Lloyd. And we also have Jonah Reddy on for Rachel Malcolm.
Good. Stinger.
Players who've given a fair bit
And a further
of the game
change
so
to the
far.
French team.
Maëlys Traoré finally gets her way onto the field for Lise Aricastre for France.
Lisa Aricastre in the front row.
All good.
Jade Conkle was the one getting attention. That's how heavy the rain is. It's been like that all game. France playing around at the line out, eventually get it in for Romain Ménager.
Play on.
McCormack goes in to try and stop them getting forward. Megan Kennedy in there as well. Now they break through Ménager. Swats away the first tackle of Howard. Howard brought in, of course, because of that late change. Sarah Bonner dropping out. Conkle moving to the back row. Siobhan McMillan into the side. So Nicola Howard, a late caller. Well, that's a better carry from Scotland. And the volume really goes up at Scotland. Martin, look at the kick into that corner again. Chases on. Tremoulière without much time.
Touched.
Referee
Touched.
right on the spot to
Blue
say
ball.
that it was touched by a Scottish hand. So where Scotland would have wanted to put that pressure on and have the line out. It will be France's from a defensive point of view.
Blue, it's your ball. Touched.
Well, I'm not sure too many would have had Scotland trailing by just 9 points after 62.5 minutes.
White, just letting you know, was touched by White.
They are well
It's
worth
blue
it,
ball.
though. They have got in the faces of France, denied them doing what they do well.
Time is off.
They've upset the France game plan,
Time is off.
and at times they have worked pretty well. Of course, while France
Are you going to keep going?
striding
Okay,
out to
play
win all
on.
5 points against Ireland last week, they would have been expecting to do so tonight at Scotstoun. And with 17 minutes left,
Time
well,
on.
they need to find another 2 tries if they're going to manage that. Plenty before the tournament, keeping an eye on that France-England game in Grenoble. And Scotland with plenty left to say in the last quarter of this one. France looking to try and find a bit more time on the ball. Lepesque gets knocked forward again. You can see Tremoulier's face, an absolute picture. Infuriation and disappointment. For it will be slippery, there's no doubt
Keep the
about
gap,
it.
please. Stay nice and straight.
Seen plenty of Deborah McCormack, who was just in shot there defensively.
Crouch. Bind.
Played in the 2017 wins against Italy and Wales. Key performer in that Harlequins ladies side. Scotland, oh, the ball's come out, but they weren't quick enough to realise it was there. And Lepesque fires it away. Bourdon looks for that crossfield kick again. That's almost gone behind Boujard, but she does get it, and decision has to be made here. Scotland getting themselves caught on the wider channels defensively. It's worked out for France in terms of a kick forward. They might have liked that to have stayed in field, but Lauren Harris was giving chase. Seen the crossfield kick used to good effect by France so far in the tournament. Bourdon, that one was a little too flat for Boujard to really get her engine going. Scotland once again back on their 22. McCormack the jumper, nicely done. Sack from Ndiaye.
Ball's here, sack's good. Stay. Out now,
They look to
18.
try and challenge France down the short side. Law again. Decent bust through the middle that time from Jodie Retty. Law goes downfield into the arms of Boujard. Now Tremoulière eyeing up that far side for a crossfield kick, but that might just go down the throat of Chloe Rowley. She controls it with the foot. That was nicely done. Now it's back to Tremoulière. Little netball pass back in for her fly half, but someone's got to try and play this a little bit more sensibly. It's not what I would say Boujard did there.
Scotland making a change in the front row, replacing Megan Kennedy.
Nice bit of techers from Chloe Rowley.
Lindsay Smith.
Lindsay Smith coming on for Megan Kennedy.
Line's yours.
Megan Kennedy, who really put her nose to the
The line's
grindstone
theirs.
for this one. Just 21 years of age. Made her debut last week and has done really, really well. Down's an ex-rugby player. He will no doubt be very proud of the shift she's put in for 66 minutes at Scotstoun tonight. Little juggle in the line out, but no problem, it goes backwards, and Lana Skeldon tidies it up. Looking to try and fend is Nicola Howard. Law, Conkle, shifted to Skeldon. Law again, met by Julie Duval in the tackle. It was a double hit. Lisa Martin just mixing it up a little bit. And that was nice. Conkle. Ball given a little flatter that time. Scotland just managed to hold it on at the back, and Lindsay Smith is there now. Looking to try and provide protection, but I'm not sure she quite knew where the ball was. Here comes Howard again. Scotland make another key few metres up to the French 10-metre line.
And I've got an injury.
Referee's aware of an injury, but
White going
rueful look
forward.
on his face
Time
as to whether he might have allowed play to go on. But it'll be a Scotland scrum.
Congratulations.
Given how they've got on at the scrum, they've slightly weathered the storm.
It's a record-breaking
Is she good to
crowd.
go?
2,792 here in Scotland.
Hannah Smith, I think, got a stray boot in the face here. Oh, there it is. Yowza.
We good?
Recounting her teeth in the morning. In the meantime, it is confirmed that with 2,792 fans in the Scotstoun Stadium, it's a Six Nations record in terms of attendance.
Fine.
We had a record at the Stoop
Set.
for ticketed fans watching down there today as well. So a good day for the championship. A little bit loose as Liz Musgrove has got to tidy that up. I haven't seen too much of the right winger.
Stay. No.
Back in for Conkle. She's so good at just going forward when that's what Scotland need her to do. Law. Back in for McCormack. They go the same way. Lisa Martin. Hannah Smith with the little juggle. Almost worked out quite nicely to then just delay that offload. It's loose again. Someone's got to claim it. Emma Wassell does so. Penalty Scotland.
All the way, all the
Law
way.
takes it quickly. Wants to keep the tempo going. Martin plays the long ball outside. It was forwards. Lisa Thompson thinks she's away.
Passes forward.
Oh, it was nearly so right from Lisa Martin. Wanting to play flat on the line, but that one did just drift out of the hands
Sure.
in the wrong direction.
Time's off. Yep. Cool. Substitution.
Full of animation, Lisa Martin, the Scottish captain.
10.
And now we have the reintroduction
10.
of Emma Coudert.
Substitution.
And
Yep.
Milena Sherlock is onto the field. Another one of the Lille Metropole players. You'll be more familiar with the likes of Chloe Rowley, Lisa Thompson and Jade Conkle. Agathe Suchat leaving the field, as is Pauline Baudon.
Crouch.
Just almost looks too slight to be a rugby player, but Baudon has acquitted herself very well. She's been in the firing line quite a lot. They've certainly tried to target her, Scotland, but we will, of course, remember the crossfield kick for Banet, which was sublimely and beautifully placed. France, they're going to try and come from deep. They've stuck that high into the air.
Yep. White backs offside.
It's a penalty against Scotland. Backline was offside. In a moment where they might have fancied a chance for Lauren Harris to combine with Chloe Rowley and run that back. Boujard. Safety first. Into the last 10 minutes then. 9 points still the gap. No score so far in the second half, but it's been as engrossing as ever.
That's your mark.
as France try and look for the sort of power and pace game that we're so used to seeing from them. But Scotland are putting up a stern fight. Scotland only a penalty away from getting a losing bonus here. Still enough time in the game for them to get even more if they can find a way closer to the French line, but it's France in possession at the moment through NDA, who comes around that corner, and now the French look a little more dangerous. Boujard stepping off the right peg and going, and she'll go all the way over the line. It's try number 3 for France. And suddenly they open the tin. They can be so dangerous around that corner, particularly when you see NDA beginning the move. And Boujard gets over, just sucks in that first defender. Lisa Martin got in, then there was just a little bit too much room between the next defender. And Boujard gets in. And now France will really be eyeing up the chance to get that 4th try and the bonus point. But for much of the game has looked like it might elude them.
Cool. You can put them on at halfway if you want. Thank you.
1 from 3 for Tremouliat. Kept her head over that. Much better technique from Tremouliat. Swings the right peg.
Tempo, can you just make sure they come off, please?
Gets her accuracy tonight up to 50%. Scotland 3, France 19. 7.5 minutes remaining. Changes being made for Scotland. Onto the field is number 22, Jenny Maxwell.
All good now?
And Louise McMillan also making her way on. Jenny Maxwell into the fray for Sarah Law. France trying to keep it alive. It might turn out to fall nicely into the hands for Scotland here, coming down the short side.
Advantage over.
Scotland still with it. Back to the left. Maxwell, Thompson, Chloe Rowley. Looks around, sees there isn't too much pitch left that side, so gets the turnaround. Siobhan McMillan did well to hold on to that. France might be in a good position to force the turnover here,
Turnover
which they have.
Good. Play on.
But then Scotland turn it over again. France can hear the clock ticking down behind them, knowing that they want all 5 points from their visit to Scotland this evening. Maxwell, Martin, looking to try and send Smith on that little wider arc around her opponent. Didn't quite work out for her. But Scotland maintain possession. Maxwell looking for it. Pressure on Maxwell there that you can't put on the scrum half while the ball's still in.
Clear of the bodies.
Romain Ménager is pinged and Lisa Martin gets the option.
Oh.
Scream of cramp on the floor.
Just be careful there, okay?
Yeah, I understand.
Brilliant from Bouchard. Once she stepped off that right peg, she was home and hosed. Well, Annick Hérault will be watching on, satisfied that France are going to bring home the victory, but she would have expected her side to have come here, performed better, and be coming away with all 5 championship points. Just over 5 minutes remain for them to do so.
Back. On you.
Scotland off for the quick tap. Wasn't the greatest pass away from Conkle. Needed to tidy it up. Maxwell got the call around the corner from Conkle. Could hear it through the referee's mic. Hidney. France doing brilliantly to hold it up. Solid work from Ferrer. Oh, that's brilliant from France.
Maul.
And at moments like this in the game, it can absolutely sap your energy, kill your confidence. Big carry like that into the numbers, and France hold it up and get turnover of possession. It's Romain Ménager in there as well.
Let's keep the
Superb
space,
work
please.
from the number 8 and the French replacement second row.
Crouch!
Still not in the area of the field that they'd like to be.
Bind!
France, Jade Lepesque.
Set!
Are we going to see a trademark run down the short side with Ménager once again? No, they go to the open side now. And go through the hands. Oh, it's a wayward pass. Tremoulière's going to have to tidy it up as Lisa Thompson piles on the pressure.
Stay! Stay!
Lepesque is there again. And it's loose again from France. They've ended up 7 metres
feet.
from their own line.
Last feet. 10, last feet.
Like Lepesque's been practicing the box kick.
Use it.
Tremoulière waits behind her. And there is the box kick straight downfield. Nicely taken by Chloe Rowley. She can see a lot of room over in that far corner. Rowley looking to try and go all the way herself. She chips it through. Tremoulière will watch that one into the goal area and touch it down for the 22 dropout. Chloe Rowley's eyes no doubt lighting up as she saw that space in the far corner.
Behind.
Perhaps could have put it through the hands and tested that French defence.
When you're ready.
Clearance didn't make touch. Scotland have done well to keep it in. Lauren Harris fires it downfield. Tremoulière has controlled that really well. And now wants to swat off the challenge of Nicola Howard. Tremoulière is still going after this one.
Taken back.
Lisa Martin into
Touched.
Chloe Rowley. It's come off Tremoulière. France will love the game broken up at this stage. It'll give them a chance to strike. The Scottish defence is in place though. It's a penalty to France.
No, over there.
Lepesque. Not on the mark. You wonder if with a bit more time to think about it, France might go into the corner
Yeah.
rather than opt for the quick tap.
Player of the match is France left winger and try scorer Cyril Bonnet.
So Chloe Rowley getting some attention. Looks in a little bit of discomfort.
Thanks. Yep.
Just 2 minutes remaining.
Okay. Number 1 and 14. 1 and 14. Substitution, please.
And Scotland completing their substitutions.
The last couple of players coming on for a couple of minutes. Max Lowish
How are we going?
finally makes her debut. And Siobhan Castigan first appearance last week. Louis Rowley will try and run it off for 2 minutes. France have reconsidered the idea of the quick tap.
And that's the first cap for
Goujard.
Max.
France with a shot
What's your mark?
to go for the
Stay
fourth
positive,
try
please. Thank you.
and leave
Stay
Scotstoun
positive,
Stadium
please.
with all 5 points.
Hang on. White, you're on your mark. Blue, take a step. White, stay there.
France jump with Ferrer.
Leave him now. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Scotland trying to defend it.
Advantage.
But France are getting plenty of go forward. They've got the penalty advantage now, so they've got a free shot.
Playing advantage. 17 White collapse.
Duval. Now Lepesque. It was nice from Couder. And then Boudot. Oh, they've got themselves
Leave it.
that close.
Stay.
Ball is available
Stay.
for
18.
Lepesque. Ménager waits to the left. Now they fire it to the right. Has Scottish defence done enough to stop Ferrer?
No.
Well, the first time of asking, it appears so. And then France go to the base of the posts. Referee is going to have to have a look.
Yeah, I'm going to go upstairs.
So a big TMO decision for Stefano Penne of Italy to have a look
Stefano, are you there?
Yes, Coops, I'm here.
Okay. I haven't seen the ball grounded against the pole. Can you advise me try yes or no, please?
Try yes or no, check a possible grounding at the base of the post.
Thank you.
So final minute of the game. Have France managed to steal the fourth try? Let's have a look. Oh, it looks pretty good from there for Lepesque. Is that conclusive enough?
Okay, this is one of the two angles. Checking for
This
the
is a
second
little
one.
closer. Well, it's try yes or no. So we need to see the try being scored. It's not, is there any reason I can't award it? Is that enough of a view? This may be another one. There is a boot there.
Ollie, girls, Ollie on the scrum.
10. If it's a no try,
Yeah.
it's a
Conclusive
penalty
is that?
against 17 White for collapsing over here.
Coops,
Yep.
I have the decision.
Yep.
The ball has been grounded at the base of the post. You may award the try.
Okay, I can
So the
award
try's
the try.
been given.
Time back on. Try.
And the try awarded to France.
Brilliant work from Lepesque.
Jade Lepesque.
Fully aware of what she needed to do. And the fourth try bonus is secured.
On the post.
.20 seconds.
Thanks.
Tremoulière with the final act of the evening.
Time is yours.
No problem at all.
Conversion from Jason
And referee Graham Cooper blows the final whistle.
Tonight's match. Scoreline finishes. Scotland 3, France
It's been a great
26.
performance by Scotland. It's been a get-the-job-done performance from France. Much less flair and firework than we're used to seeing from them. They certainly had their pace and power game nullified a fair amount by the home side. There was plenty of endeavour, energy and heart from Scotland. Not words that are going to turn the result around or give them any points to take away from it. But Shane Munro must be pleased with the effort that his players have made, particularly given the conditions. It's finished in round 2 of the Women's Six Nations. Scotland women 3, France 26.
Swish, swish, bish.